this. Everyone in the room right now, I want you to think of a word, a short English word, and I want you to go for the first word that comes to mind, but please do feel free to change your mind if you feel like that first choice is a bit too obscure. I don't want to embarrass anyone because they can't spell that word. And also feel free to change your mind if you feel like the first choice of word is maybe a bit obvious because, you know, words like cat or dog, you know, once I guess those, you're kind of like, well, obviously it's going to be cat or dog. So does everyone have a short English word in their head, yes? Yes, good. So, actually, let's use someone at the back, maybe, because they're sat at the way back there. There's a chap right here, hello, right at the very back. Hello, what's your name? Stephen. Stephen. Everyone say hello to Stephen. Hello. Hello to Stephen. It feels terrible, doesn't it? But it's a nice welcoming thing. Stephen, could you make your way down the ramp there and stand right here in this little spotlight that will soon appear? Please give Stephen a huge round of applause. Over here. Stephen, if you just stand in front of that stool right there. Thank you very much for putting on your mask. How are you?
I'm fine.
Good. I'm very good. Well done. Well remembered. Good. So, Stephen, you have a word in your head right now, yes? Yes? Good. And you're happy with that choice? It's not too obvious, like cat or dog, and it's not too obscure, like duck-billed platypus or anything like that? Say again?
More than 7, probably.
More than 7. That is more than 7, yes. But sometimes people like to screw me around, Stephen. So, so Stephen, I'm going to get you to write down this word.
Okay.
Just so we've got some proof later on, and so you know everything has been sanitized when I clean my hands, because I was just throwing a pack of cards. Safety first, guys. So I'm going to give you this pen. Take the lid off for you. And this notebook, you'll see, it asks you to write the word right here. I'm going to start right here. And you can pick up those objects and hold them up like this, so I can't see it now. Don't write anything yet. I admire your enthusiasm, Stephen, I really do. You're going to write the word that you've just thought of in your head. You're going to write that in the little rectangle that's at the top. Please write nice and clearly and slowly, maybe capital letters in case we need to show some people around later who can't come up to it. Maybe even show the cameras and the people who are watching the live stream. So nice capital letters, nice and clearly, take your time. And in the circle that's at the bottom, I want you to write a number between 1 and 10. Any number you like between 1 and 10. So in the square is the word, in the circle is a number between 1 and 10. Maybe take a few steps back because you are quite close to me actually, because that's where we could get the spotlight. So a lot of people ask me, how do you become a mind reader? How do you get to be a mind reader? It takes 2 things really. The first thing is study and practice. And you know, having a bit of a knack for it, like a gift. I mean, you can call it a gift if you want to call it a gift. Oh, right, it's a gift! And the main 2, however, are study and practice. Now, the study part is easy. I mean, it's tedious and boring, and a lot of the literature is quite difficult to find, but it's easy. The practice bit is difficult. And as a very shy sort of teenager, in my early 20s, I had to come up with sort of clever, covert ways to try and practice these new skills, these mind-reading skills. And how I used to do that was people watching. Do we have any people watchers in? Does anyone else like people watching?
Yes.
Yeah, there's all the introverts going, no, yes, no. I like the phrase people watching because it's 2 words that if you switch round, become much creepier. Like if you go up to your friend and you say like, hey, what are you doing? And they go, people watching, you're like, hey, yeah, cool, I might join you. But if you go up to your friend and you go like, what are you doing? And they go like, watching people. And like, cool, great, I'm gonna go over here and call the police. So are you finished?
Yes.
Good, fantastic. You can put the book down, you can put the pen down as well. So I used to practice. So for example, looking at Stephen right here, I would be like in a coffee shop. Let's imagine we're in a bar and I'm sat down in the coffee shop, get my little notebook and I'm looking at Stephen. And I'd look at his blue shirt, his shorts, his unusual choice of footwear. And this would tell me a few things about him, like, did you think of a number between 1 and 10? Okay, I'm about to say some numbers, Stephen. Give nothing away, don't react. I mean, your face is covered anyway, but don't react, give nothing away, okay, until I specifically ask you what number you thought of, okay? So some of you will already know this, but most people, if you ask them to think of a number between 1 and 10, don't give anything away, most people, for some reason, go for the number 7. And no one really knows, yes, I remember reading that in the email in the 90s. No one really knows why. Maybe it's because there's 7 days in a week. Maybe it's because 7 deadly sins, 7 dwarves, 7 brides for 7 brothers. 7, the film 7. I was going to try and think of 7 examples. I can't think of 7 examples. However, my experienced people watcheriness tells me that Stephen here is not going to go for the number 7. And judging by his face, he's not gone for the number 7. The second most popular choice is down the other end. don't give anything away. Second most popular choice is number 3. But again, looking at Stephen, he is not going to go for 7 or 3. Those feel too obvious. Even if 7 popped into his head to begin with, he's going to go like, no, not for this guy. I'm going to go for a different number. And I think Stephen would have gone for a number like 4 or 5, more than likely 5. Stephen, please tell the truth and nice and loud. Did you think of the number 5?
I did, 5.
You did, 5. So there we go. People watching. All watching people, how would you like to? How would you like to talk about it? And I have a confession to make as well, because when I used to do people watching, I would sit, like I said before, just in a coffee shop, watching people. And then I'd make notes about people. And I'd try and make notes about like what they were thinking, what they were doing. And sometimes I'd challenge myself to try and guess something that they might do, or might order at the bar, or something they might think. And I did do that this evening. I was wandering around, I stood there for a little bit, writing in my little notebook, which I've had for a while. And I wrote about one person in particular, because I didn't have time to people watch all of you. And I wrote down a description of that person, because I didn't know their name at the time. Let's see if we recognise who this person I people watched is. 11th of June, 2021. It's just today's date, nothing exciting there. If you could turn around, Stephen, just for no real reason at the moment. Glasses. Blue shirt. Collar. Shorts. Questionable choice of footwear. Looks like they would pick the number 5, and you did pick the number 5, didn't he? Yes? Yes. And now this is the important bit. Just keep facing the other way, please, Stephen, because I don't want to see any reactions yet. Please don't give anything away, okay? And if he was asked to choose a word in the English language, 7 letters or less, he would choose either the word broom or the word witch. You can see how those two words are kind of connected. Either the word broom or the word witch, or something like that. So it'll either be broom or witch, or it might be Halloween, even though it's not the time of year, but it'll be something in that sort of area. And if it's not the word broom or witch, then we can all go home and pretend this never happened. So Stephen, turn and face me. Use those questionable shoes. Okay, just yes or no. Am I in the right sort of area? Is it a word? Don't tell me what the word is yet, but is it a word like broom or witch? Is it in that sort of area? Yes? Okay. Is it exactly one of those two words? I'm going to go with the word witch. Is that right? Yeah. Is that correct? Yay! Fantastic. Give Stephen a round of applause. You can head back to us. Thank you so much. Stephen, everyone!